Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Play Slay the Spire. We're gonna do the daily climb. Yesterday's daily was sick. We ranked extremely well. At least as of the time that we did it. I mean, you could get a higher score, but our score was really good. So we're not gonna be on today's yet. And today's, it's a Saturday. Early, daily. Can't really judge these scores yet, because only a few people have even, gotten far enough to really finish. Not many finishes. But one of them, this one is a little suspect, but it could be legit. I'd say like 1,000 is what we'd be aiming for here. All-Star, Midas, Lethality with a Silent. All-Star, let's see what our colorless cards are. Hand of Greed is interesting this early. Violence is awesome, it does exhaust now, that's in a recent update. Enlightenment, not immediately good, but good later. If it hits Hand of Greed, it's value, otherwise it's kind of a dead card right now. Okay, and then Midas is great for gold, which means Hand of Greed is, proportionally less useful than it otherwise would be. And Lethality is incredibly dangerous. Let's think. We want elites. We can get 3 elites if we cross this path. So let's go 2 enemies, 2 question marks, an enemy, and then we'll see how things look. So we're gonna hit ya. Secret Technique, probably grab... I mean, honestly, it seems like Violence is the right play, as long as... I thought this made 5 or 3 zero-cost attacks and put them in our draw pile. That's my bad. Let's see what we're drawing next turn. Okay. So we shouldn't have played it like that. And that's fine. Life goes on. Hand of Greed won't kill you, but I think it's worth it to make sure you die before you can do too much damage. Like with Lethality, I really don't... Oh, never mind. I don't want to mess around too much. Maybe... No, it'd give us 15. So unless that tooltip was wrong, I don't think we get double the gold out of Hand of Greed. We need 19 blocks, so generally that would be like a Secret Technique, Survivor. You Survivor to dump Enlightenment. We're only going to get to 18 block anyway. I still think you do it. You're going to hit me again? That's crazy. Still. Well, I guess we should hit you. Take the most damage off the field. Neutralize you. We take another 1 damage. We do have some zero-cost attacks. Wait a minute, literally my brain was like, we have some zero-cost attacks, we should use it. But the only zero-cost attack we have was Swift Strike, which we didn't want to draw there anyway because he had block. I'm going to take Sneaky Strike. I think we can make it work. Let's think about upgrading a card here. Remove, transform, upgrade. I'm going to upgrade, probably. We could remove Enlightenment, but it could get better later. Hand of Greed, it scales a little bit. Sneaky Strike does more damage. Violence gives you 4 draw. Secret Technique does an exhaust. 4 draw is really good. Especially because we know it's going to be attacks, so we can tailor it accordingly. So what my thinking is by playing Survivor and dumping something like a Defend, or even Enlightenment in this case. Check it out. Enlightenment, now we get a bunch of energy back. We got 2 energy back, but we only paid 1 for the card. Play Violence. Hand of Greed isn't going to kill you, but it's our best damage card. Beauty. Okay, so I mean, that's an amazing first turn. I think we're off to a good start. Can't kill you with Hand of Greed, that's okay. Reflex, Dodge Roll, Eviscerate. Dodge and Roll is kind of tempting, but I think we opted for the right opportunity there. So we got to think about this. This is a pretty good first turn. Except, well, we can play Sneaky Strike, actually. I think this is good enough. I think you neutralize, Enlightenment, can't discard, no. Sneaky Strike, Hand of Greed, Strike. That's a pretty okay first turn. Almost certainly going to want to hit this guy with that right there. Quick little dagger throw while we got Pen Nib active. There you go. We take 2 damage. Just keeping ourselves, honest in this situation. Swift Strike is good. Violence, there was no attacks in there, so sure. Secret Technique will draw a Defend. I think that's what you do. We take another 5 damage, that's nothing. He's probably dead. If we draw the right cards, and I think we did. Hand of Greed gives us more gold gain. Blood Vial's pretty good. Poison Stab recently got a buff. It applies less poison but does more damage first turn. I would describe that as a... Wait, isn't this... Maybe it was 5 and 3, and then it went 6 and 4, and now it starts 6 and 3, and then it goes 8-5. I think Prepared is maybe a little bit better. We have to go this way. That's fine. 18 damage. Well, okay, hear me out here. Draw a discard. You're probably going to discard a Basic Strike. Then, Sneaky Strike is free. We can kill him. We can't kill him using Hand of Greed, which is what I wanted. Dude, so much of this is great, but I think you gotta go Terror. You're seeing like an innate bias, by the way. We cannot upgrade cards because of Midas. That's my mistake. My mistake. I have an innate bias towards attacks over defense, without a doubt. Okay, so you kill an enemy, discard. What would you like to discard? Discard a Basic Strike. Then play Enlightenment. Then Sneaky Strike is another enemy killed. Hand of Greed is another enemy killed. Strike's an enemy killed. Like, this is a strong deck in the weirdest way I've ever seen. Ghost in a Jar is extremely nice. I think Dagger Spray is essential for hitting multiple enemies, and there was really never a better time than the present for getting that. This is not the right turn for Intangibility. I think we'll just hold, you know, a 1 HP loss. No big deal. So far, this doesn't seem hard, but, you know, things change as floors go on. Draw a discard. I think you discard your Basic Strike, because Enlightenment gets so good. And then, like, try a Dagger Spray. Just see where enemies end. Oh, that would have been better for Dagger Spray. 36 damage if it kills a minion, gains some gold. Okay, don't mind if I do. Yeah, this is like... it's a stranger deck than basically I've ever run in my entire life. As the Silent, a lot of these cards I've almost never used. Like, I mean, what's going on with this weird Strike card? Never seen that one before. You know, I wish I hadn't played that just so we can get rid of the Dazes. Not that it matters, but... Hand of Greed we've never used. Sneaky Strike we very rarely use now. All-out attack is pretty, but so is Flying Knee. So is Quick Slash, for that matter. I like all of these. So that was an elite, strangely enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling real good. Give me hand. Dude, let's go. This is very... I mean, we have a lot of gold, but we have gained, like, probably... maybe 75 gold that we otherwise wouldn't have had. This is way stronger than I expected. Let's just leave it at that. I do think a Piercing Wail is worth taking. Remember, we want to try to get these perfects whenever possible. So turn 1, we want to crap on this guy. Phrasing maybe, but we're not going to be able to crap on him as much as I might like. 18 or 13 damage. We'll do 18 damage. We may... I really think this is a good fight for us to... Well, who's our boss? Okay. Intangibility is really useful on this fight and the next fight. Let's keep it for the next fight. We are going to get hit a little bit. Hopefully we kill him next turn. Dude, we could go into our next fight with Pen Nib available as well. I'm just looking for Hand of Greed. Just looking for Hand of Greed. Just looking for Hand of Greed. I'd just like to get hand... Okay, sure. You know what? No Hand of Greed, no problem. Ninja Scroll. Alright, well... certainly interesting. Gonna be able to do a lot of damage on turn 1. We have Pen Nib, so just use your best attack first. Our best attack is Shiv. Okay, fantastic. I think we do want Thorns on this guy, usually. He's not going to transform yet. No reason to play anything else right now. Kind of a dead first hand. We need to do 11 damage. That shouldn't be a problem. Sneaky Strike is free. Flying Knee is energy. I don't know if that was worth it in the whole scheme of things, but that's okay. This is where we look for our perfect. Okay, we have no blocks, so we literally cannot get a perfect. So you're just, I guess, going to accept that we're going to be hit, and kind of hit for a lot here. It's not the right turn to pop Intangible. Now it's about popping Intangibility for survival, unfortunately. Well, it doesn't matter. Still taking damage. But that's fine. This is the turn where you pop Intangible if you want to. Do we want to? Let's see. He's doing 24 damage. Without taking this the wrong way, I sort of don't see... Well, okay, I'll tell you what. Let's not risk it, I guess, is the reasoning that I can come up with for why I was about to be a huge idiot. There we go. So we didn't get the perfect, and that's going to put a real dent in our score potential, but we're still doing just fine. Do we play a lot of cards? Yeah. I mean, I don't mind getting the poison out here, too. I think the poison might be more valuable. I think we want 3 curses, 3 relics, which is 1 curse, and then Dreamcatcher, Letter Opener, Gambling Chip. Gambling Chip is real good. Letter Opener's pretty good. Dreamcatcher is actually great for us here, too. Let's see. 1, 2. 2 elites. So we'll start here because we get the shop out of it. So we want to have enough block. We can do so by dumping, defend. I know that sounds weird, but I mean this is pretty solid, I think. So we'll hit ya, pen nib. Did you ever at any point consider playing a block on this turn where you were like, I want to make sure I take no damage? Well, I am as God made me, sir. What can I say? I made a mistake. Got a fire potion. Accuracy. Accuracy is too little too late, I think. I'm going to choose to add nothing here. I will spin the wheel. I would very much like to get a relic or heal myself for the mistakes I made earlier. We are going to heal ourselves for the mistakes we made earlier. That's good. Thank you for the mercy. Now I wish I got hit for more. We have 1,100 gold. Let's think wisely. Whenever you break an enemy's block, apply vulnerable. I don't necessarily think that's worth much. I'll upgrade to attack, so we have no means to upgrade otherwise. Juzu Bracelet is really good. I will remove the curse from our deck. We don't need Hand of Greed. Well-laid plans is awesome. I think we're actually good. I think this is where we want to stop. I'll take Hand Drill just because we're going to get so much money anyway. I just don't think we want a second Hand of Greed. We're not going to need blocks. Let me explain why that's the case. Well, I mean, you can see it for yourself. Yeah, dude, get rid of that. 15 damage. Don't mind if I do. We'll dump that one back again. Wish you would dump that one back again. We could cut ties with... That guy's not English, is he? The lead singer, Third Eye Blind? Upgraded Terror. You know what I'm thinking? Is if we decide this is too many terrors, we could just remove the second one that is not upgraded. Well-laid plans is free, so we'll probably keep that. I think we like all of this. Play well-laid plans. Focus on a single enemy. 50 HP enemy is it? Because we can get Hand of Greed to work for us here. Pen nib. Oh, we could really get it to work for us. Again, that gold is not necessarily necessary. But who's asking? I think keeping Dagger Spray was the sensible option. So we got a really strong deck as it stands right now. This is definitely the wrong card to take. Despite my strong deck, I'm kind of playing like an idiot. And I think you're witnessing that on full display right now. We have to think smarter and... Oh, hello.
Guess where our cat threw up?
Inside of a shoe.
No. On the shower curtain.
The cat threw up on the shower curtain?
Yeah.
I would understand. I'll clean that up after this is done. I'm telling you, these cats always throw up in the world's worst conceivable locations. Infinite Blades is worth it. Okay, so now we start with the real meat of the floor. 7 damage shivs. We don't need defense on turn 1 because this dude's definitely dead. Dump all these. Secret Technique, I don't mind holding. I don't think Envenom's worth playing. You know what we want? Like, extra energy is the big thing that would take this run to the next level. Yeah, I can live with that. Shuriken would be awesome as well, but like extra energy, it just gives us so much more potential than we have right now. I think we just Hand of Greed you then. We all out attack you. Dude, I didn't realize we'd have energy left over. We should have played the strike first. That's my bad. 28 energy. 28 HP. That'll do. Pen Nib's ready for our next fight, too. Regal Pillow. Not a top-tier choice. Backstab is pretty good. Which way would we rather go? Well, we're only fighting 2 elites, so we either fight them soon or we fight them... Oh, this one gives us access to a shop. So more question marks, I think, is the right way. We got Pen Nib ready right off the bat, so a Dagger Spray would be nice. Again, let's dump Defend. I kind of want to keep Enlightenment. So, I mean, Dagger Spray is a consensus pretty good choice here. Well... That's one way to handle that. By the way, never played Enlightenment, which was not the right way to handle that. But still. Kind of sloppy. Dude, more backstabs? Alright, this run, I mean, we're going to be early, but assuming we win, we got a pretty good chance to rank well today. This is probably going to lower you to 7 or 6 damage. I kind of like what we have except Enlightenment. Ooh. $12 damage. We still want to play these, but we can get away with maybe doing this instead. Even that was mildly suboptimal, because we should have had a backstab for Pen Nib, so you start with your shivs instead, but... It is what it is, right? We have not discarded. So Sneaky Strike is a... It's a lie right now. 27 damage. 23. You know, okay, here's how you handle this. Bag of Prep is so good. More, you know what? Give me Leg Sweep. But I was going to say more Sneaky Strikes totally work as well. We don't really want to go to the campfire. We don't need to rest, and that's all we can do. Resting adds a card, but so does fighting an enemy, so... Okay, are we going to kill him on turn 1? Probably not. Well, you know, there's a chance. Why don't we roll with this? It's a full offense hand. I can't believe I almost didn't roll that. That's amazing. Let's skip it for now. By the way, Snecko Oil has been changed. You become confused, but you draw 3 cards instead of 2 now. 85 gold for an HP relic. Let's be honest, we're not hurting for gold. I will even bet 50 gold on the low roll. Oh, let's go! We got the big payout. Okay, so Toolbox is great. Potion Belt seems acceptable in this unique situation. War Paint, again, because it's hard for us to level up regardless, or upgrade cards regardless. I think Secret Technique is fine. I think we'd take another Leg Sweep, and honestly, after that point, probably just move on. Those are pretty big upgrades. Dude, I think we could do okay today. We probably do not want panic button. Although 30 block. Dude, never mind. Let's take panic button and play it. Not even close to pen nib. That's okay. So we can never gain block again. He gets more vulnerability because of the hand drill, but we can never gain block again, so we have to kill him this turn. Turns out that's not going to be a problem. I think in this case we can take accuracy. Fights have not gone on long enough for us to be able to use infinite blades properly, but now that we might have one that goes a little longer, it's a different story. If you have no attack cards in your hand, draw 2 cards. This is not going to be useful here because of our energy situation. Oh, ho ho, but this will. Man, I wish... Like, I'm going to do this just to purge one of these. Pen nib is a long way away, so we're going to start with draw discard. Okay, so this is our turn. I think we play this just to make terror available later. Not a bad first turn. Perfect is going to be a little bit of an issue, but let's... Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. 20 block is what we need. I said remember that. Leg sweep. It's 15. Which is enough, because he's had his problems purged. You know what? I definitely think you try that. And I don't think you care about adding 4 attacks right now. I think it's just going to draw things you'd like to get in the future. Okay. 11. No discard, so that's unfortunate. And not enough block, which is substantially worse. Still going. Just the perfect is the only thing that matters. Now we got a well-laid plans out there so we can select better stuff for ourselves in the future. Please do recall, this man gets strong. You're doing 18 damage still? There's nothing I can do. Well, here's what can we do? If we were to get prepared and draw escape plan... Yeah, I think we gotta accept that we're sunk. The only way out would be a Snecko Eye, and to be honest with you, I'm not willing to potentially ruin the rest of the fight just to ensure that we don't run into problems here. 11 damage. 2 of these bad boys. I probably want to keep one of those. Something like that. 8 damage. There's no skills in my draw pile. Okay. Nothing to worry. Just remember, this guy's buffing himself. But when we can turn the gaze on him, he's in a lot of trouble, I think. What are you holding right now? Enlightenment. Not a good option, but still. It is what it is. We're going to take 29, but he's going to take a turn off. Now we got to, like, absolutely go to town. I mean, you just play your attacks probably, right? We could draw 2 cards, but I don't know. I'm not convinced that impatience is actually good for us in this deck. Now you're doing 32 damage. Now you're doing 24 damage. Because we've already taken a hit, I think we just accept that we're not going to get the perfect, but we're probably going to kill him. So just don't let him get you down. Just trying to play skills. I think in this case, an accuracy, a shiv, a strike, everything else is fine. Really, we're kind of like, we're torn between 2 archetypes right now. We have like this Envenom that I don't think we've ever played. And then we have This Infinite Blades plus accuracy, that's too slow to get out right now. Glass Knife is good damage. We need energy, and none of these are related to that. So that's unfortunate. But we're going to go Black Star, and hopefully we'll be able to piece it together. I can see why it's a low-scoring daily, but I still think we've got a great chance. So let's look at elites. 1. That would be 2. 2 elites, okay. 2 elites. The only way to get to a shop... Well, there's 2 ways. We want to take the left path, I think. More question marks? Remember, the Mind Bloom event, as I've been told, is worth a ton. We can just focus on killing this guy. So dump the trash. It did not work, but Pen Nib's almost ready. I actually feel like you do that. Yeah, this is fine. That's letter opener? No, not quite. Yeah, the Mind Bloom event where we can fight a boss is a huge point getter. So the more question marks we hit, the more likely we are to make that happen. Is there anything that allows us to kill him? Probably not, but I'm going to see. Can't remember if we've drawn and discarded. 2 energy. Oh, we're 1 energy shy. You actually must be kidding. And that does not help. I mean, the thing is, I don't want to take 16 damage. Cost us 2 potions, but probably worth it. Nah, I don't think it's worth 737 gold to make enemies weak for a single turn. Might be a little controversial. We need block. Not necessarily not helping. But we need some sincere block ability. Like, I'm even going to play both of these. And then Secret Technique. I'm like, what if you do Secret Technique into Secret Technique into Violence? We're just trying to get the letter opener, really. And then you guys, I can do 3 attacks. So, 1, 2, 3 gets a kill. Alright. It's not that bad. Similarly here, we can play Unattack for now. You know what? Dump this instead. Survivor. Dump that. That was bad. And then here we got a choice. I think you let him hit you for 10. I don't think there's... To my knowledge here, there's no way around it. Anything we play is just going to make it more likely to take damage in the future. So, apply a terror. If it kills you, you're dead. That's not a sensible way to describe this problem. Grab Enlightenment into a leg sweep, into a Hand of Greed. We get some extra gold for the coffers. Let's add more blocks. Seems like after that fight, it might be... There's Mind Bloom. Dude! Okay, fight a boss from Act 1. This guy, you are in for a wild ride, my friend. Are you going to take 70 damage on turn 1? I have a hard time imagining a world in which you don't. So we want to hit you with Shivs. 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 We'll neutralize. Then incredible Glass Knife. You're actually just dead. That's like 100 points for doing nothing. We got the Specimen, which is not that valuable, but... Alright, last shop. You can duplicate a card in your deck. Oh, it no longer become weak. That's top priority. I think that's also good. Blur seems appropriate. Then for 200 gold, what would we like to duplicate in this deck? There's nothing that really... I mean, I guess a Backstab for more innate damage stands out at me, but... Yeah, I think this is fine. Apart from that, I really like where the deck's at already, I guess. Place a card from your hand on the bottom of your draw pile. It costs 0 until played. Nah. $92. Guess what, buddy? This bud's for you. Now, a leg sweep is fine here, but let's start with violence. We take 1. Not that bad. Well, take another 2. Still not bad, but it's clear we're just slightly off of the mark on this deck. As evidenced by the fact we're about to take another 5 damage. We heal for 2 between battles, but, you know. Hold up. It's just looking like, is there any way we could draw into Hand of Greed? And the answer, I think, is no. Boot and Oddly Smooth Stone. I don't think the boot does anything for us, but Oddly Smooth Stone might be okay. Are we killing him turn 1? That's the real question. Let's gamble on possibly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 19. So you're definitely not gonna die. We're gonna take 1 damage. That's like a recurring story. Okay. Try an escape plan. Well-laid plans is very good. Draw a couple cards. We haven't played an accuracy yet. If we play an accuracy, are we likely to get a kill? I think not. We have to discard 2 as well. Actually, maybe we want to... Well, we played well-laid plans. So I think you play Blur. I still think you play it. We're taking a lot of damage here, though. I know we maybe could have saved Hand of Greed, but we're not using gold for anything, is the dirty little secret there. So I am a fool, and I should be using probably way more potions. We're forced to rest, so we don't need to use our regen yet. Sneaky Strike seems like a good get in most situations still. Or a Calcum, sure. Also seems good. Now, turn 1, there's a chance. There's a chance. Low attacks first. Yeah, that's the chance you're looking for. Mummified, and now we can actually probably justify playing our powers. What a surprisingly awkward sentence. Now we can probably finally justify playing our powers. See, it's hard to get out there. We don't need a leg sweep. Well-laid plans make something free, but we only have 1 card in our hand that costs anything. I mean, you see what I mean? All right. That was great. 127 damage, lots of powers enabled already. I mean, it's a good Storm of Steel opportunity as well. But 8 damage. Wouldn't we rather get ahead of that 8 damage? Like, dump these 2. Look at that. We take 0. We did enough. Didn't dump Sneaky Strike. That's all I asked. I'm a little worried about the boss fight. I'm not going to lie to you. 27 damage. Not extremely worried. Just a little bit concerned. It's Dono Deca, so they got a lot of debuff protection, which I guess is the principal worry. You absolutely give me madness. But if we can get around that, like more potions that help us there would be really nice. Magnetism is actually, for the first time in history, highly relevant. We don't need leg sweep, because it's going to make something else free. So this is the chance, like, we'll see if we draw a cheaper power instead, but... Start with shivs. Okay. We'll play it. free Sucker Punch. It's going to come close to an overkill. The regen potion, I'm sorry to say, is like more for the purposes of this fight. Or, sorry, of the boss fight. I really, more or less, have to let you hit me for 10, but I'm gonna just throw out like a little bit in the hopes that maybe we draw some block. I guess either way, we're only getting hit for 4. You know what? No, because we have no more we have 1 more combat. I'd rather save it for the boss fight, just in case. Five damage. Nice, okay. Just in case, because we're going to heal the max as long as we don't die en route. Blocks, please. Should have used Hand of Greed, I suppose, but it's not like it means anything for us. By which I mean, like, we're never going to be able to spend our gold. So I do think we have a great chance to rank well today. You know, I've got good Slay the Spire senseis. I think this is completely okay. And they told me, hey, the most important thing for you is to ensure that you have a good chance to get that Mind Bloom event. And then, of course, just try to play well is another relatively important part of the whole learning experience. So the fact that we got Mind Bloom today means we should be in a relatively good position to have a chance to move forward. I mean, After Image is pretty good. Too bad it wasn't innate. I don't think we need any of these. So the most important thing is live. If you can live, you can shiv. I gotta think about that. Okay, first off, thinking ahead is draw 2. What do we need? We'd like to get 26 block. I don't think we want this on this turn. We do want this. We want all of our backstabs. I still think we want neutralize. So we might take damage on this turn. I'd like to not, but what do you do? Dump all these and hope for blocks? Nah, I want to make some progress. Whew, and we may get there. Gain strength. Gain artifact. Definitely thorns. Then we start working on this guy right here. Well, strikes me that we will probably be unlikely to kill you. Wouldn't we rather, like, dump strike? Don't want to make him vulnerable because we're not going to hit him that much anymore. Play this. Makes strike free. Pen nibs available. I would probably do want to take advantage of that then and then play this. Okay, so we will take damage. There's no getting around it. Probably should have vulnerable you after we made it so that you had lost all of your debuffs, but, you know, my expectation was that I'd already played like 7 attacks. It seems like a bit of throwing good money after bad. You're doing a lot of damage yet again. So, we're gonna... This is free, so I think that that was good to play. Get this out there. Infinite Blades will make something else free as well. Let's force it to make Survivor free, but then we can't play both of these, but probably more appropriate. This is going to be tight. Once we kill Dono, it's not going to be as bad. But that's not happening yet. And we're about to take, well, a decent amount of damage. It's okay, but it's all kind of falling apart around us. Now we're starting to go to town. Probably we hold this. Madness is good, but Piercing Wail could save 12 damage. It's extremely strong. Alright, I'm thinking... I mean, we're still taking 2. The best movie in the whole Taken trilogy. But, it certainly could be worse. We have Pen Nib. Nah, I mean, that's not particularly strong. 18, huh? Guess we'll gain 7 block for next turn. We'll roll over a leg sweep. We only have to hit this guy. I mean, we have to hit him for nothing, and he's dead. So it turns out like I should stop pretending like we have a chance to lose. But that was a little spotty. No perfects is unfortunate. Ooh, that's a very high score relative to where I thought we would be. Okay. Hello, Bobby. Again, it's very early in the life cycle for this daily, but I mean, it's always nice to see yourself on the front page. I really thought we'd be in the 900s, because I have no concept of what makes a good score in this game. Hello, Harris. Hello, Isaac. Anybody just completely blow it? Where's Glail? They're good dogs, bro. Just, you know, let me take a look. We're in lost territory now. Anyway, dude, turns out, fun daily. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you don't see more of the video. And I'll see you next time. See ya.